crafty friends, welcome back to Simply Creative Pages. I'm Susie, and today I'm going to be working on a wedding album. One of my very best friends, her son is getting married, and I thought this would be a really nice wedding gift to make for them. Just an 8x8 album. I've already done the cover page. This is their wedding colors. So I don't think they tune into my channel, so I can keep the surprise. But I'm going to, over the course of time, maybe share several different pages with you. But today I want to show you this little layout. This is their invitation, and I'm going to do the other matching side and show you. But I also want to show you a couple of, excuse me, a couple of techniques, like how to make these diamond patterns here using our trimmer. And I wanted to highlight our trimmer because I feel like our trimmer is, while it is expensive, I'll be the first person to admit that, it is a value because of the quality. I have been through about 10 different trimmers and have struggled over the years until I found finally the one that I like, and that's the Creative Memories trimmer. This is an older one. This isn't the new one. The new one has an arm. Also, it has an arm that stretches out. It's got like a little foot that snaps out so that you can balance it. I don't need that today though. But the biggest one about the new trimmer is that it goes by 1/16 inches and it goes to 6.5 inches as opposed to just 5.5. So when you have those little half cuts for a half sheet, you don't have to fold out the arm like I do. So that's a real benefit. The underneath side, just like the new one, has storage for all of your cutting cartridges. It has storage for extra, I'm on my last one, so I don't have it there anymore, but the extra little cutting mat that slips in there, that stores under there, and it's just a real value. So to start with, here's my little 8x8 sheet. I'm going to show, set that aside. The new trimmer and this trimmer have 45-degree angles. And to make these diamond patterns, you will cut a strip of paper for however large you need it to be. Let's see if we can grab a piece of paper here. Just as a sample, I'm going to cut this to be 1 inch. And however large you make that is how long you're going to make this to make your diamond. So see the 45-degree angle here? I'm just going to cut off, I'm going to line that up, and I'm just going to cut off a little edge at the top to give us a starting point. And because this was 1 inch, let me move that out of the way here. If I go to 1 inch here, that should give me a perfect diamond shape. Look at that. If it was 2 inches, you'd do 2 inches. If it was 3 inches, you'd do 3 inches. You can do as large as you want. I made my diamond shapes 2 inches. See, let me show you that again. Line it up with the 45-degree angle. And then set it at 1 inch, because that's how big it is. How wide the strip of paper I cut is. Boom, perfect diamond shape. You can just do this all day long. Boom, perfect diamond shape. Isn't that easy? And look how pretty those are mixed together. Or you can stack them on top of each other if you have different colors. You can make them go this way. There's just no end to what you could do with this pattern. All right, so I've already cut mine up. I did 2 inches and I cut 3 of them. Let me set that aside for now. Next, I took a wooden piece of wood paper, and I used my blue cutting blade and cut all the way around here. And then I split this in half again using my trimmer. Let me show you on that white scrap that I've got going. That might be easier. All right, so we're just going to take our blue cutting blade. We're going to line it up into our grooves with the custom cutting system and the largest circle. Line that up. There we go. Oh, I didn't hold it very still, but I'm not going to get a good cut here. Yep, I sure didn't. It jigged. It jigged when it should have jagged. That's okay. We'll just use scissors to snip that. This is just a sample anyway. There we go. And then with our paper trimmer, see this little division here, this little opening? If you put a circle and just balance it right between there, you will cut a perfect half of a sphere. See that? You just get it right up in that well and cut it right in half. So that's all I did with that to get this little half sheet of wooden paper. All right, let's go ahead and adhere that down because that was my first one. Get out my glue here. It was a nice two-side wood. I wanted the lighter for this. I think I'll be using some darker wood in the future. They have cowboy boots kind of theme and lace. So I'm going to be utilizing that a lot in making this album. That lined up. There we go. All right, and then I did dark, dark, and then light. But I'm going to change it and do opposite on this side. I'm going to do light, light, and dark. Seeing how this is an 8x8 album, I wanted to be right at 4 inches. Let me get out my little cutting mat so we can see what we're doing. There we go. If I line that right up there and put my ruler at 4, then that'll be a good guide for me. And I know this is going to hang off the page, so I only glued up half of it. There we go. And there we go. And they have extended the promo for Creative Memories that when you spend $150, you can get one of 4 awesome gifts, including the 2-piece mat where there's 2 of these stuck together. So you could just do your whole layout, which is just awesome. This one I don't need the ruler for. Just put that right in the middle of the 4. There we go. All right, on to the next piece. I have this really pretty clear vellum. I used this punch to punch out my vellum. And it punched pretty nicely. I wasn't sure if it was going to get stuck in there or not. With the border punches, you always start off here at the line that's on the front with the edge of your paper, and then you match up the pattern. And I'm going to stick paper underneath there because these little pieces in vellum got messy, so I'm going to put a piece of junk paper underneath there to catch my junk that comes out of it, my punch poo they call it. So I punch, and then because it's vellum, oh, see, it got stuck. That's okay. We'll just get under there. There we go. Just wiggle it out. So then you match up the pattern. right there, and push it in all the way, and punch. Slide it down, match up the pattern, and make sure it's back all the way, punch. And that's the trick with vellum. So if you're going to use a real delicate piece of our punch, maybe you don't want to use it with vellum. This one, the first two went through so beautifully. Now this one just wants to be difficult. Well, that's more than enough for an 8-inch. We'll snip that right off there. See, and then all of my punch poo went right onto that scrap paper, and I can just wiggle that right into the trash. All right, so let's pull this back into frame here. And then I wanted to, you could use it like this. I actually split mine because I just liked the idea of it looking like lace. And because it's already so narrow, I used a little Post-it note to kind of hold it down onto the trimmer. I find dead center there. Pretty close to it. It kind of holds it in place for me, plus it gives me something to hold on to. There we go. And I can reuse that Post-it until it loses its sticky. We're just gonna line that right down the middle of that. And I'm gonna snip off all the extra anyway. Wasn't that pretty? It just looks like lace to me. All right, and then this was the inside of their envelope for their invitation. And of course I ripped the envelope up. So I'm gonna do my best to kind of repair this. But I want this to be the background for them, to be able to journal about their day, or maybe put their wedding photo on. I'm gonna put that kind of at the top because I've got some things I want to put at the bottom here. There we go. That gives them a surface to journal on. Add a photo to. I'm kind of enjoying working with this 8x8 size. I've typically only ever done 12x12 albums. These get done a lot faster, as I'm sure you can imagine. All right. This here was their RSVP card, so I think I'm gonna attach that down here on the bottom, and I just framed it in this pretty mauve colored paper. Put that at the bottom here. And then I've just got some paper that I've torn. Creative Memories doesn't carry it anymore, which I don't understand why. Maybe because tearing paper is just easy enough on your own. But this is a tearing tool that gives you really big peaks and valleys, or really shallow ones. And for me, it just makes tearing paper so much easier. Just put it down. See? And now I have a nice even tear. And then here's what the bigger side looked like. Maybe you can find these on one of the In Search of sites on Facebook or on Marketplace. That's what the bigger ridges look like. But it just makes ripping paper just that much easier. So I used that and tore this little piece of paper I found up. And it almost becomes like a little junk journal, these little small albums. I've got my tab here, Creative Memories punch that makes a little tab, and I just wanted half tabs, so I'll line that up and punch. There we go. I've got 2 of them here. I'm gonna double them up and give it kind of a shadow. There we go. I want this down at the bottom here. Bring in some of that blue color on the bottom here. And I found these little flower stickers because their wedding colors were so specific. I try to use Creative Memories products when I can, but Creative Memories didn't have a lot of mauve and dusty rose paraphernalia, so I had to kind of wing it here. So Amazon had these really pretty stickers, these little pretty flower stickers. That's where I found those cowboy boots that are on the other page too. I was going to use this down here, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm not going to use that after all. All right, I think I'm done. What do you guys think? Now, I very easily could have inked up the edges or give it, you know, some more dimension by tearing some of the sides of the diamond patterns that we did. I also wanted to show you how easy it would be to turn any of this into a card. Take some cardstock, 8.5 by 11, cut it in half so you've got a 5.5 by 4.25. I think this one I'm going to use the dark side. Card making is so easy when you just use your scrapbooking tools. No reason you can't use all of the same things on there, huh? Gonna use that for my sentiment, which I still haven't done yet. Got a bunch of stamps, I might as well put those to good use. I think I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this vellum, so I think I can cut that down. Use this is my background sticker, and then put this other one on the front of it. And I'm not going to stick that down yet because that'll have my sentiment on it. I don't like to stamp directly onto my finished card, but there you go. I might add a cute little bow over here, but a card. Here is our completely finished products, including our matching card that goes with it. Move my scissors out of the way. My name is Susie. I'm an independent Creative Memories consultant. If you don't have a consultant, I would love it if you shopped my link below. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for tuning in today. Bye-bye.